Hi, I'm here today to talk to you about 10 new parks and give you an update on where we've got to. I'm going to do that by showing you the map that I've created with all the 10 new parks on them, and I'm going to try to get them round them as fast as possible. I'm really sorry I can't be with you today, but actually I think by showing you them online, hopefully it'll give you a better idea of what's happening out there. So I'm going to share my screen quickly now. So they're all on this map, which obviously you can look at when you at your leisure. So we're going to start with the East London Waterworks Park, which is here. If I zoom in, you can see very clearly that this is this is the old Thames Water Depot site, which is all hard standing. It is metropolitan protected, metropolitan open land. And the local campaigners have raised £1.5 million and are a bit stuck at the moment because what they're trying to do is buy the site, and they're not getting very far with the Department for Education, Children and Families, schools, whatever it's called. And they are, so yeah, I think, ideally we'd be able to give some help with that and ideas. So that's where they've got to. It's really an amazing campaign there. And I think they'll get there eventually, but yeah, they're a bit stuck at the moment. Secondly, Banbury Reservoir Park. So this has all been going on lately. This has been lots of progress here. You can see here that this site has green areas which are badly fly tipped, as you can see just here. This one I'm zooming in on, and the other interesting thing about this one is there are two playing fields here which are derelict and doing nothing at all. So hopefully you can see that these two playing fields here. And there's also this site to the north, which was meant to be returned to parkland eventually. So really, that's really about holding them to account there. So that whole park is a park for Upper Edmonton, which is an area which is very deprived of green space. And the local campaigners have been doing an amazing job doing a consultation with local people about what they want. So moving on swiftly to the River Rodings Park. So this is the Edgelands Park down here along the River Roding, and this includes sites such as the Lee Road Sports Ground, which is completely fenced off, has a big fence around it, hasn't been used for sports for ages, and is now owned by developers. There are other sites. So there's the site to right up in the north, which is also a playing field. Sorry, this doesn't actually stretch. So this one, Royston Gardens, which is also a fenced off playing field, doing nothing at all. So not a huge amount has happened with this, but we are working with Thames 21 to put in a bid for really quite a large amount of funding to move things forward with that campaign. So that's all very exciting. Moving to Crayford Marshes. So Crayford Marsh is one of our newer 10 new parks. Crayford Marsh is an incredible site right on the edge of London. You can see if I pan out a bit. And it's right on the river, and you can even see seals here. It's already a nature reserve. It has considerable historic interest, and but it's been bought. Part of it has been bought by Berkeley Homes. So there's also a floodplain, and it's really a bit of a mystery why Berkeley Homes think they can build here. But anyway, the local group have got together really quickly and put together a vision for the site, which is really amazing. And if I click on this, you can see some of the pictures of the site here. So it's already a nature reserve and has amazing bird life. And they've just finished doing a consultation exercise, and they're just about to publish their vision. And I'm just working with them now to kind of put together a roadmap for what needs to happen next. So that's Crayford Marsh. Moving to Quaggy River Sports Park, which is kind of in Greenwich. So if we look around here, this is, you can see where we are on the Greenwich-Lewisham border. And this is a really interesting site because when you look at it from the air like this, you can, there's nothing that will tell you here what's going on with these sites. But what we know is that the Blackheath Park, as it's called on Google Maps, is completely fenced off, unused. And this triangular site here has been more recently fenced off within the last couple of years, bought by developers. So the good news with this one is that the Bowring Sports ground, this field here is now in use by Lewisham FC. So the local group have managed to get this negotiator lease for them for the site, and it is flooded a lot, unfortunately, but they are using it, and that, yeah, so that's the Quaggy Fields site. But it's a really good example of why it's incredibly difficult to have an impact where developers are determined to not let you use, or owners are determined to not let anyone use the site. So not much has happened there lately, but I am talking to them about things that we can help them with. So moving to the Railway Children Park. So this is down here, also nearby in Lewisham, and is along the edge of the edge of the railway line. They've had lots of threats from developers down here. Won't spend too much time on this one because unfortunately the local campaigner's husband has been unwell and hasn't been able to do, so she hasn't been able to do much. And it's just a classic case of, you know, if it often relies on one individual for things to happen out there. So we're going to move to Gormwood, which is also very nearby. I've lost Gormwood now. Where are we? Here we are, Gormwood. So Gormwood is similarly right next to the railway line, and this is a very exciting case because they are moving. They've worked with the council to apply for Metropolitan Open Land status, but also to buy the land. So they're looking at compulsory purchase and are working with the council on that. And that's a fragment of ancient woodland, and yeah, an important nature reserve. Moving to Beddington Farmlands in the south, this site here, which Tony knows all about, of course, it was meant to be restored as part of the planning permission for the incinerator. So the incinerator's here. This was meant to be a wetlands, and nothing has happened, and wildlife has declined. And so the good news there is that the council has finally said that it will move towards enforcement of the planning conditions, which said that they needed to reinstate the wetlands and introduce public access. So really hopeful of things happening there. So moving to Hatton Fields, which is out to the south of Heathrow, just here. This is another one of our newer sites, and this is and this is a site where they have got a friends group together and created a vision for the site, and lots happened about 6 months ago, and there's a certain amount of waiting now because we're trying to work out what the council is doing with its local plan. So this site was allocated in the local plan to become the airport business park. So there's the friends groups there, and they've got a website now. And there's a little picture of the Northumberland River there. So finally, Warren Farm Nature Reserve, which is one of our oldest sites. This is one of the first cases that I had when I came to CPRE London, and this was given to QPR, the QPR Football Club, for their training ground, and it was originally community sports pitches. The council just gave up on it, gave it to QPR. The community fought back, they saved it, and now they're trying to get it local nature reserve status. Unfortunately, the council are really not on board and want to return it to playing fields now, despite it having red listed birds and being an incredibly important habitat, and despite there being space for sports fields elsewhere in more appropriate places. So they fight on. They are constantly doing things to try to raise the profile and get the council to actually make that decision. So yeah, that's the 10 new parks, and that's where we've got to. It's a constant battle. We just move forwards with each one a little bit each day, and it's yeah, we're in it for the long haul, I think, but we really be great to get one of them over the line in the next year or so. So that will be the plan for next year. So thank you for listening, and have a good away day.